Hey, what's up, social media family? Hope everybody's having a really good day. I want to share with you a prophetic vision and word that I have. I want to share what the Lord's been speaking to me about this time frame that we're in and what I'm going to say today. A lot of people are going to have a hard time receiving it, but a lot of people, it's going to be something that is going to set you free at a great degree. I want to start off with a prophetic vision that I had recently. I saw a lot of people and they were like moving forward. They were like going up to a next level in this vision. They were moving up, but they had a rope tied around them to, some people had one person, some had 3 or 4 people, some had a whole group of 10 or 15 people around them. And as the people were going up, some people would pull them down. Like I said, some people that were going up had one person attached to them. Some had a group, 2 or 3. Some had a bunch of people. And that rope, they would pull them down. But everybody that was moving up, they had the opportunity to cut the rope, cut the tie between those people. And the ones that did, they shot up. The ones that didn't, they got pulled back to the group where everybody else was. And like I said, each individual person, it was different. Some had a group of people. Some had that one person that was pulling them down and kept pulling them back. And so the reason I believe God gave me that vision was there's a lot of people I know that are weary right now. They're tired right now. And when you talk to these people, it always goes back to a person or a group of people that are wearing them out, that are pulling them down. Well, there is just a moment I feel that God is putting this word out there for people to cut ties with people that are holding them back. And I don't mean like completely unfriend people. Sometimes you need to, but don't give people access to your life. You know, don't ask business advice from somebody who doesn't have a business. Don't ask marriage advice from somebody who is not married. And don't ask financial advice from somebody who's not wealthy, okay? And so that was a prophetic vision. Well, recently, my wife and I have a mentoring program. We have a lot of partners in our ministry. Different people have been calling me saying, you're not going to believe this. There was this one business partner I had that we cut ties with. Our business exploded. In ministry, there's this one person we had that was in our church and doing leadership, but wasn't doing that good of a job. We removed them and put somebody else in, and that department exploded. God is giving us just divine kairos opportunity to build right now. I was talking to somebody in our mentoring program, and they were talking about they were looking over their business in the different departments, and the departments that some people, they prayed, God, remove anybody that's not supposed to be a part of our next level. Well, a few people over certain departments stepped aside, people stepped up, and those departments that were weak caught up all of a sudden with all the other departments. And so this is a very good, it's not a hard word, it's a good word. But understand this, everybody around you has the opportunity to rise up with you. But a lot of people that you're associated with now, they're not your next level friends. I remember there was a time in my life when I had 2 or 3 key people in my life walk out at the same time, like made a hard exit. And I was like, God, these were people that were doing ministry and life with us. I mean, over the next few weeks, God brought people into our life that started running with us. Iron sharpens iron, and everything we started doing started elevating. It started going to the next level. We've had people that's worked for us, before that has stepped out. And I'm thinking, God, what am I going to do without this person? Somebody stepped in and actually took it to the next level. And so you have to understand there is a power in cutting ties, okay? Now, if someone cuts ties with you on something, don't be frustrated. Understand this. People are in your life for a season. Some are in your life for a reason, and some are in your life for a lifetime. Very few people will be lifetime. Okay? Understand that. And so there's times in life when you have people who are in your inner circle, but you need to move them over here to just an acquaintance. There's some people that are an acquaintance. You may put them in your inner circle for a reason or for a season. And so you got to understand that in every season of your life, you will have next level friends. There was a very good friend of mine in ministry 10 years ago. We were super close. And then we pulled away from one another. But we always kept in contact. I'm talking 2 calls a year. That's it, 2 calls a year. And just recently, the Lord has told both of us it's time that y'all reconnect. Okay? Nobody was bad in the situation. It just wasn't the season that we moved forward in. Okay? So, in my closet, I have a lot of coats. I also have a lot of swimsuits. But you know what? I don't wear them at the same season. That's how it is a lot of times in life. It is essential. It is necessary for you to cut ties. Also, in that vision I had, I saw people being pulled back. They are tired because they work hard to get there. They get pulled back by people. And finally, they just gave up and they live in complacency. You never plateau. You kind of start moving backwards, okay? 1 Corinthians 15:33. Do not be deceived. Bad company ruins good morals. Now, I'm not talking about just like good morals, just like, hey, I don't drink, I don't do drugs, I don't do that stuff, I'm talking about business ethics. There's a lot of people who are tied to people who may be shady in business. No, you want to be kingdom. You want to do kingdom business. You want to be above board on everything that you do. I've even been around some ministers where I'm like, whoa, brother, man, that's not good ethics. That's not moral. That's not a lot of good character. Oh, well, something. I said, no, you got somebody in your life that's not good for you. You ain't going to be close to me if you run like that, because I'm in this for the long term. I'm in this for the long game. I'm doing life. Everything I do, I try to do right. I try to keep the right people around me so I can continue to move forward. Proverbs 13:20, whoever walks with the wise becomes wiser, but the company of fools will suffer harm. Now, I don't mean fools just like someone's just like an idiot, maybe, but a fool is somebody who hears a prophetic word and doesn't move forward on it. That's pretty foolish to me. Someone who is given a God opportunity and doesn't want to take it. A fool is somebody who will not follow the leading of the Lord. You got to watch out for those, okay? You need to be around your next level friends. My wife has this lady, real good friends, and they're both firecrackers. Iron sharpens iron, okay? I got me a prayer partner. Me and this guy, we talk about twice a week. And I mean, we keep each other accountable. We pray for each other. We, pray one another through. We keep moving forward. Okay? I've cut ties with people who pull me down. You ever been, one day I was at our church and there was a group of guys talking, nothing bad. It's just, conversation that wasn't there for me. So I walked away and I went and found somebody who had some good conversation going on. I want to talk up. I want to talk about the kingdom of God. I want to talk about business ideas. Okay. Prophetic word this morning. I was just praying and I had the vision I told you about it's kind of like people getting pulled down. And then I was praying, and as I was praying, I saw like a huge tent, and there were a lot of people under the tent. They were just pushing the tent up, but sandbags were holding this tent down. And as they started cutting the sandbags, they started to flow faster. Now the tent was rising slow, but once you cut the sandbags, things started to flow quick. As I was really praying into this, the Lord started speaking to me that one of the biggest problems with people is they will not leave people behind that don't want to move forward. If they don't want to move forward, that's between them and God. You've got to run your race. You will stand before God by yourself. Okay? You got to run your race. And I wish everybody that's ever been a part of my past was running with me, but a lot of people aren't. I've got ministry friends that I don't run with anymore. We were running and we kind of went in different directions, both good directions, both really good directions, but they were a little bit different. And so I want to encourage you today, cut the ties that you need to cut ties with, okay? Also, some people, they're really close with you in life, but maybe in this business adventure, they're not supposed to be in your inner circle. Maybe in this new ministry, they're not supposed to be in your inner circle on that, okay? Like I got family members that are they're my family, but they're not in certain businesses or ministries that I do. You got to learn how to separate them and not get hurt. Also, as you grow higher, your standard for who you hang out with is different. Proverbs 22:24-25. Make no friendship with a man given to anger, nor go with the wrathful man, lest you learn his ways and entangle yourself in a snare. When you get around people who drink, good up chance you're going to drink. Cuss, you're going to cuss. Anger, you're going to pick up on that. I've seen so many people hang out with somebody that pulls them down. I remember this one group of guys, good guys. There's 4 of them. There was one of them. He's an idiot. He's just an idiot. And every time those 4 guys would get together, the 3 really good guys, married to good girls, he would always pull them down. And I said, why do you let the weak one pull you 3 strong men of God down? And so they cut them off. Things started going great for them. Business started going great. They all started flourishing in marriage and life. It was one person. Then when they cut him, you know what happened? 2 years later, he came back and got his life right. Or an example, Proverbs 14:7. Leave the presence of a fool, and there you do not have to meet words of knowledge. Leave the presence of a fool, for there you do not meet words of knowledge. You got to be quick to walk away from, like when you set a standard, if people are talking about stuff that's not your standard, leave the presence of a fool. Walk away from it. I don't associate with that. I've seen too many ministers fall because they didn't walk away from a fool. I've seen too many businesses go bad because they didn't walk away from a fool. They partnered with somebody they shouldn't have. They partnered with a very, very successful fool that fooled them, used them, manipulated them, destroyed what they were doing to build themselves up. This is a word for you to move forward. You need to be strong in the Lord. You need to pay attention to God. You need to pay attention to what God is doing and what God is saying. By doing that, you're going to move forward. You're going to advance. Things are going to be good. But you're going to have to learn to cut ties with people who are not part of your future. Okay? So I love you guys, and I hope this essential prophetic word helped you today.